Happy August, everybody. Energy update for this month, 2022. I don't know where to start, quite frankly. It's just extraordinary times. And yeah, I will start at the very beginning. So thank you so much for your patience in waiting for this. I know we normally get these out on the 1st of August. But every single day that I was sitting with Gaia and the cosmic energies, I was getting different messages all of the time. And so I thought I'd sit with it for a while longer to see what really settled. And upon asking what really needed to be shared at this time, and it's kind of a time span from today, I'm recording this on the 5th, which is a 555 day, by the way, so Archangel Metatron is massively, massively supporting us at the moment. And it's going right through to about the 2nd. The information I've got for you today is very valid all the way through from here on the 5th of August, right the way through really until the 2nd of September. There's a nice overlap happening at the end of the month. So you've got certain sections of this month that'll have different specific energies, and when I plop into any of those, I'm just going to get on and do a quick update for you at that time so you can actually attune for those few hours or that afternoon or evening or few days or whatever it may be. So there will be more chunks of information on this as we go through. I'd rather do it live at the moment. It happens during the month, so that is to come. One of the reasons why I delayed sharing this with you is because it's just so multi-layered. I know many of you have written to me and contacted me about how interesting these times are that we're living in, as far as needing to have this human existence and at the same time handle all the amazing changes that are going on. Well, you might be interested to hear that the information that came through cosmically for you, and really with a strong one voice with Gaia. So this was almost like a real mixture of the earth frequencies and the cosmic frequencies coming together with the message to us of abandon your normality. And just go with this with me for a moment and investigate how it lands within you and your body and your mind and emotions. Abandon your normality and prepare for the extraordinary. So the message is abandon our normality and prepare for the extraordinary. It's like there are extraordinary opportunities here and right now. And we are building energetically. Every year we do the same thing, but we're building for the 8th of the 8th, which is Monday, this coming Monday. In fact, I'm having a soul gathering by Zoom with anybody all over the world. You're more than welcome to join us. It's just 2 hours from 10 till 12 UK time. And it's to sit together in harmony. So just tune in if you don't want to actually come and sort of have a live session with me. They're all recorded, so obviously you can access it whenever and for as many times as you want. There is no limit. The exchange is £22, and we will put a link in the details below this video to make it really easy for you to access the registration. But what it's all about, these soul family gatherings, is when we do this, it's we come together as a collective, as a united front. So people all over the world come together wherever they are, and in and of itself, that is just beautiful in the fact that it will connect and perform, if you like a sacred geometry. So wherever people are in the world, if you are producing a certain frequency, which obviously science knows that every human vibrates at a certain rate, is that we have a frequency within us that's unique to us. And so all of these frequencies coming together obviously produce a particular type of harmony. You add to that an intention of some sort, you add to that your will, and you get a really interesting magical pot of possibilities. And there are certain days and certain times throughout the calendar of the year, every year, which are heightened possibilities and potentials of this. Our ancients knew this. That's why they built the pyramids where they did, and various pyramids across the world, or sacred places like Stonehenge and Avebury, where people of the land knew that the alignments of the sun on a particular day or the moon on a particular evening would align and therefore show light in a certain way, and would hold with it promises of human development, promises of the potential of humanity. And that's what we're going to explore more of next Monday if you want to join me. But right now, for everybody, the message is abandon our normality and make way for the extraordinary. Be so fascinated to hear from you, please, in the comments, just about, what does that mean to you, and how does that feel, and how are you going to use that information? So the next thing that came up was so that's one level, and then the next level came up to say that we are being advised to accept the heat of love and transformation, to deeply go in and be restful about accepting the heat of love and transformation, of passion, allowing it to be the phoenix rising within us. So Gaia was saying, don't be afraid of the passion and the heat that's literally in the environment and in the climate at the moment. Match it with the passion and the heat that you have within you, that heat of creativity, that potentiality making real. Accept it. Don't fight it, but accept it. Accept it from a loving place within the heat of your own passionate heart, and allow the phoenix to rise within you, that phoenix power. Phoenixes are always about rising from the ashes, so they live long lives and go into wisdom. So where are you on the phoenix time scale, lifespan within your own being? Within your own journey of looking into love for yourself, in your own journey of creativity in this life. Are you rising again? Are you full of wisdom? Where are you? The next one was to adapt to the consistency of change. There's a big, huge call at the moment globally to adapt to the consistency of change. So there's a real consistency to change all of the time. I mean, there's nothing as sure as change is guaranteed. But she was saying, adapt to it, but also be open at the same time to rapid exchanges. So she was saying, if you change your view, just change your perspective really, and accept that change is a constant companion. And the fact that there's so many of them and they're going a lot faster at the moment is actually what's needed, she said. But be open to rapid exchanges. So for anybody that watches universal signs and is looking for signs in their life of hints of intuitive living, about which way to go forward, it's sort of like, well, they may well have been coming over months and months and months, but now it's like boom, boom, boom. It's really rapid. Like we were looking for a solicitor over the last few months, and we were like, oh, we'd really like a new solicitor. We're not quite sure where to go. We want somebody of qualities. I wonder who they'll be. Within the next 2 days, one name who we'd never heard of a company we'd never heard of, came up by 3 different people. Really, one I asked, and the other 2 were really, one came forward with some information without us asking, and then the other one was in a supermarket, and it was like, okay. So we got our answer and we acted on it, and we went to meet him, and it perfect, absolutely perfect match for us at this moment in time. So the exchanges are, whether that's information from the universe, or whether that's from your guides, whether it's your internal heart, whether it's friends, family, loved ones, people like me doing this sort of thing, wherever it is, it's more rapid. You're going to get some information that's really useful for changes in your own life very, very rapidly. So it's kind of trying to adjust to that, allowing that adjustment to happen. Allowing yourself to adapt, as she said, to the consistency of change and be open to rapid exchanges. Okay, so the next one was to dwell in the majesty of nature's natural resources. There was a beautiful, gorgeous, huge feeling of enchantment that came with this, and nurturing and nourishing and cherishing and being wrapped up and being loved and being held. So what does this mean to you? To dwell. I mean, I just love that word on its own, to dwell. There's no rushing. First of all, it's like abandon our normality and prepare for the extraordinary. Okay. Accept the heat of love and transformation, passion into the Pheonix rising. Whoa, that's real doing energy and getting on and making that change happen. Adapt to the consistency of change. That's like, whoo, okay, we need to adapt to this big stuff that's going on and make the best of it and be open to all these rapid exchanges that are going on and act on them and moving and a grooving and all of that rhythmic stuff. And then we get to dwell. Oh, that feels like a glorious being sensation. So to dwell in the majesty of nature's natural resources. Now, everybody has a different relationship with nature. So you just follow your own beautiful connection with the natural world and go where you feel really, really good. Allow yourself to dwell there and not rush the experience. There's definitely some presence in that moment when you dwell in nature, and some interesting surprises are going to pop up definitely this month. Okay, penultimate one was to give thanks for everything. Now this was literally everything that you take for granted. So to give thanks for everything you take for granted. So I would absolutely invite you now to just write down 6 things that you've taken for granted so far for today. And just wrap them up into an attitude of gratitude to tell the universe how grateful you are for the breath that you breathe, for the food that's been on your table, clothes that you wear, people that you've spoken to, grateful for people you haven't spoken to, whatever it happens to be. It's about giving thanks for every single thing now, in this moment with me, join me in this, that you have so far taken for granted today. Okay? And then it was literally just ideas of things to be grateful for. And I always love, like I've just shared with you, going back to absolute basics. I mean, this morning, I got up in a real attitude of gratitude. I love feeding my birds. I've shown you those before on the big bird table. And so it's a pleasure for me in the morning to get my big jug and fill it up and pour it on the table. And I found myself singing to the birds, to the elements, to the trees, to the movement of the air element that's here today. And just being really, really grateful for the breath inside of me, for the voice that I have, for the birds who were joining me on the table before I'd even finished complete and emptying the jug, for the little ones that are starting to arrive, the small newborn birds who are learning what that process is with this interesting human that provides some of their food. They bring me so much joy, the way they're all fluffed up and then they come on the table and they're unafraid of each other. You know, we've had experiences where there's been a baby squirrel, a baby jay, and a blue tit all on the table at the same time feeding and not bothered about who's there, how long, and a woodpecker then joined them, all newborns, all new to this earth, not knowing that they needed to be afraid. So that is just so heartwarming and so beautiful, and we see it year after year after year, that if you don't know what to be afraid of, you don't have to be afraid. As we get older and we get all of that pressure from society and we learn about how we're supposed to be, that's another journey, isn't it, that we take. And then there's this journey here, when you get to a certain age and you learn that there's so much in this world to be happy about and grateful for. And why not celebrate that? Why not focus on that? So just in summary for you then, feel again. How does this feel? Abandon our normality. Just try it on with me. Say it with me. Oh, okay, I abandon my normality and prepare for the extraordinary. It's like preparing for extraordinary opportunities to come your way. Bigger things than you've ever even thought of wishing for. To accept the heat of love and transformation. That's going to be different things to different people. Of the passion and allowing that Pheonix energy to rise within you. It's not create it, it's allowing it, it's already there. It's allowing it to rise within you. Helping with your own personal transformation, to adapt to the consistency of change and be open to the rapid exchanges. Don't be worried about those. They're just going to come and they'll land, and then it's up to you whether you pick them up or not. But I'd move rapidly if the rapidity of those exchanges are happening, just to take advantage of that particular opportunity whilst it's there, rather than any regrets later. And then to take some beautiful moments to dwell in the majesty of nature's natural resources and to give thanks for everything you've so far, maybe in life, taken for granted. My love to you. I look forward to seeing some of you on Monday, and join me in the Lion's Gateway portal and alignment of the highest order. See some of you on Monday and see some of you soon with more updates. Mwah. Lots of love, everyone.